You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
If your definition of success is win or lose, giving everything you've got and growing or learning along the way, then you're setting yourself up for success. I really think the biggest cheat code in life is just going after it and not being concerned of whether or not you fail at one specific task. Instead, understanding the big picture, what your long-term goal is, and knowing if you keep driving forward and never fucking quit, in the end you will succeed.
Great quote. I've based a lot of my life in the past about my definition of success and my definition of being a champion, my definition of winning, and I think it all just comes down to, again, your values. When I'm old, what's the end of this look like? My values of being the best partner, father, person I can be. When I'm 50, if I have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 Olympias, are any of those affected by that? No. So in this short-term goal of this moment of me wanting to win, is this very important? Yes. But is the pressure of my life and value and worth dependent on that? No, it's not. It's the big picture of my life that I'm focusing on, of who I want to become going through all these things. So if I win an Olympia, how do I want to win that Olympia? Who do I want to be when I win that Olympia? How do I want to win it? How do I want to show up in my relationships? If I lose that Olympia, how do I want to lose? Who do I want to be when I lose? Who am I becoming through all these little challenges and goals along the way that aren't the big picture? Who am I becoming, which is the big picture? And I think that's so important for me to understand that everything that you choose to do and how you handle it is shaping who you're becoming. And at the end of the day, when you're old and have grandkids and children in your life, you're the culmination of everything you've accomplished, but also how you accomplished it and how you reacted to it. What's the big picture? What do you want to become?
Isn't it interesting that you could have, the same mantelpiece above the fire that's got however many Olympias on it, and objectively, when grandkids are bouncing on your knee, they can look and see the same thing, but the person behind them and the experiences that they went through and who they became in the process can be totally different.
Yeah.
Which kind of shows that the outcomes that you get really are, in the end, kind of arbitrary, and it's the person that's behind the grandkid that kind of matters.
Yeah, exactly. If I had a picture of myself and I hadn't never won an Olympia, and then I had a picture of myself that won 6 Olympias, and my kids were looking at me, holy shit, you were jacked, Dad. That's where their thought ends. It's not like you had 5, you had 6, you had 7. It doesn't matter, That's cool, you're jacked, but who are you and how do you show up in my life every day,
And how did those pursuits, how did the goals that you tried to achieve or did achieve change you?
Yeah.
How did they cause you to be a different sort of father or grandfather or husband or friend or business partner or whatever?
And what lessons do you learn and take from them that you can give to me so that I can learn from them and hopefully not go through as much pain while still learning the same lesson?
This is a pretty important one. Everything changed for me when I realized that we're not meant to feel excited and perfect all the time. I started accepting that where I am right now is where I'm genuinely meant to be.
Controlled descent. Oh yeah. That shit went down like an elevator. One hell of a descent. Remember all the stuff you said to me. Got cocky and got humbled. That's part of the process.
Tough days are all a part of the process. Lean into them. Bad days are also part of a very good and meaningful life. So on my toughest days, I think about getting through one more day, one more workout, one more rep.
Yeah. I think, this applies deeply in on a smaller level of the starvation of prep when you're trying to get through it and you're just trying to get through one more What was the first part of that quote again?
Everything changed for me when I realized we're not meant to feel excited and perfect all the time.
Yeah, this was the idea of pursuing happiness, not leading to happiness. You know, you pursue things that have meaning in life and things that you care about. You know, love, challenges, relationships, and happiness might ensue. But you don't pursue the happiness itself because it's inevitably not going to be there all the time. So if you're just constantly seeking more happiness and it's not there, then you're seeking something that's never going to be there. But if you're able to just stick in what you're doing right now, and in those hard times, believing they're going to lead to good times, it just creates a lot less friction in your life, you know? And I think whenever we're going through a hard time, we just want it to end. But it's those moments that allow us to appreciate the good ones.
What would you say to someone who's going through a string of bad days, or bad weeks, or bad months?
Say it's okay. You're not alone. Yeah, I think sometimes a quick word of just looking in them and being like, I know, you're not alone. Give them a hug and be like, this is shit right now, and it's okay. But you're not alone.
What does lean into them mean? Lean into the bad days?
I think specifically nowadays, it's so easy to numb. There's so many distractions. There's so many things that we can just avoid feeling things with, you know, staple being your phone. You want to cry, you fight your tears, you're feeling stressed, you're overthinking something, so you just pull up Instagram and you doom scroll for 20 minutes, you get distracted, you see a funny video of a cat, close your phone and you forget about it. That's not gone. Those feelings are still there. They're just pushed down from a couple Instagram videos that are distracted, and next thing you know, a couple days go by and you just feel this anxiety over yourself, and you're like, why do I feel anxious? You just feel like I can't sleep and wake up at 5 a.m. overthinking, like I don't know what's going on, I have no idea. People are like, well, are you stressed about anything? Like, no. And this is something that I've had to call myself out on. If you ask me if I'm stressed half the time, my answer is no. Are you stressed? No, I'm fine, I feel great. And then if you look at me, you're like, do you feel calm? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel relaxed? I'd be like, fuck no. So where am I feeling? And for some reason, stress to me is like numb, but it's stress, so I don't really feel it. And it's typically from not allowing myself to lean into the shitty times, the shitty thoughts, the shitty days, and being able to sit with them and be with them, accept what they are, and process them properly, rather than just numbing them.
It's so funny that you used the word lean into them. Ben Bergeron in Chasing Excellence says, lean into discomfort as if you invited it through the door. And it's a phrase that stuck with me because it feels like you are in control of the frame. Like, okay, in you come. And
Let's do this.
Yeah. As opposed to, again, the fear that you have around being guilty, or the agitation you have around being shameful, or the distraction that you need to do in order to be able to get away from it. It's an interesting one to think about, how bad days are also a part of a very good and meaningful life, that it does really frame the story at the end. Both you and Hormozy have said the same thing in the last 2 episodes I've spoken to you about, which is the bad days create the story that I'm one day going to tell myself about what I got through. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without the bad days, the story would be way more lame. There would be no glory in overcoming anything, because what did you overcome? It was all just 40 to 60, vanilla ice cream mush, grey, like, existence.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the concept of the fear exposure therapy. When you're trying to build confidence about something you're afraid of, being exposed to the fear helps you overcome that. But actively choosing to take that fear on head on is actually what it takes. I can't throw a spider at you, you're not afraid of spiders, but you choosing in your own mind to actively go to that spider by yourself makes you actually grow from it. So you choosing to take power of what little you can when you're feeling like, when everything's crumbling around you and you feel powerless and helpless, well, what can you take control of? You can take control of opening your door and letting that, embracing that, leaning into that hard time. Like, I'm going to choose to feel this. It's here. I didn't choose that, but I'm going to choose to feel it. And I have power over the choice of what I feel. And then you take your power back and you can build your confidence from there.
I want to talk about a positive mindset, you know, thinking positive and believing you can do whatever it is you set out to achieve. And again, you have to believe to achieve. And one thing I want to touch on is just because you can't do it doesn't mean it can't be done, or doesn't mean it's not being done. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people out there who constantly say, oh, that's impossible. Oh, there's no way this, there's no way that. Blah, 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 blah. And that's just a complete negative mindset. Just because they're a failure or they can't achieve whatever it is, they want to sit and talk shit and make excuses about other people. And the truth of the matter is one thing I'm basically talking about is whether someone is natural or taking steroids. Well, anything is possible and anything can be achieved. And I'm tired of people looking at people and saying, oh, that's impossible. Oh, that's impossible. And most of these people are people that have trained for 2 years. And just because they haven't attained that look, it makes them feel better to say that's impossible. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible in life. You can achieve whatever it is you want. You want to open a business, well, go open a fucking business. So if you have the mindset and the mentality to achieve this, you can achieve it. Nothing is unattainable. So you need to broaden your mind and broaden your horizons and understand that these things are possible. They're very possible. I've seen them with my own eyes. Do me a favor and just try it. Fucking try it. Give it a try. The more you put into anything, the more you get out. I cannot stress this enough. The more you put into anything in life, the more you're gonna get out. And instead of arguing the fact, try this shit. Try it. Give it a try. Don't take everybody's word for everything. Don't read something and believe that shit. Try it out for yourself. Find out if it works or it doesn't work. Believe me, the more you put into anything, the more you're gonna get out. The longer you train, the more you eat, the more you sleep, the better results you're gonna get. If I'm eating 12 meals a day, I'm training 3 hours a day, and I'm sleeping 10 hours a day, I'm gonna get better fucking results than the guy that's training an hour a day, eating 6 meals a day, and sleeping 6 hours a day. It fucking drives me crazy, this mentality that somebody somewhere at one time said, that's impossible. You can only get so big without steroids. That is not true. You can get as big as you fucking want. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible in life. You can achieve whatever it is you want. I'm so tired of hearing excuses from people. I want to hear positive. I want to hear someone that is willing to do whatever it takes. When I give them advice, they're going to take that shit and they're going to run with it. That's the one that's going to be a champion. That's the one that's going to fulfill their dreams, fulfill their goals. Is the person that's willing to do whatever it takes. It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to reach your goals. And I'm going to talk a little bit about eating as a bodybuilder. Now, eating as a bodybuilder, you have to be willing to eat 6 to 10 meals a day with no fucking excuses. And what you have to do is you have to change your mentality. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes. When I say you need to eat more, it's great when someone says, okay, I eat 5 meals a day. Rich, what do you suggest? Okay, buddy, I suggest, why don't you bump it up to 6, keep it there for 2 or 3 weeks, and then bump it up to 7, keep it there for 2 or 3 weeks, and then bump it up to 8. Keep eating 8 meals a day. Look at yourself in the mirror, keep track of your progress. How many hours a day do you work out? An hour? Okay, why don't you try working out 2 fucking hours a day? So you're gonna eat 8 meals, you're gonna work out 2 hours a day, you're gonna monitor your progress in the mirror, and then you're gonna see what happens. And the guy says, okay, Rich, I'm gonna do that. That is what I wanna fucking hear. And you know, it's just, if you have a goal in mind and you want to achieve that goal, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. So if I tell you you need to eat 6 to 10 meals a day, your answer is, okay, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna starting not tomorrow, not Monday, not next month, starting right this motherfucking minute, I'm gonna start doing what it takes.
If you're willing to do whatever it takes, you will be successful. To understand that you need to do whatever it takes.
All I'm trying to say is fucking, there are no limits. You can achieve whatever it is you want. Don't be, don't have that negative mindset and, sit around talking negative. Open up your mind and believe that you can achieve whatever it is you choose. You just have to believe it.
Do whatever it takes. Reach your goals. Make your dreams come true in whatever it is in life.
Basically be a 5%er, well-rounded and diverse in your entire life. That's my message to you today. Good luck.